These are the worst Amazon KDP mistakes that beginners make that absolutely crushes their sales. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what these mistakes are and how to fix it so you can make a lot more money. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Sean. I've made well over 7 figures from my own Amazon KDP business. So if you want no BS publishing advice from someone who is actually doing it, then make sure to subscribe. So this is going to be another subscriber book review series. These are the books that you guys have submitted to me on Instagram, and I'm going to roast these books, show you exactly what mistakes you're making and how you can fix it. So let's start with the first one. So we got Tales of Wonder, 10 Adventures to Enchant Young Minds. So there are a couple things that stands out. I would say there are 3 things that is killing your sales here. Number 1, your book cover looks very AI. It's not good at all. There are a lot of books that looks just like this that are AI generated. So you don't have any differentiation with your competitors because they all kind of look the same. Number 2, your texts are very poor, right? So your text is hard to read. Like I can't read it unless I really pay attention to the text. It can be bigger. You can consider color contrast with the background a little better because it's kind of blending in. You can probably use a different font that is a little more clear as well. So that is mistake number 1. Your book cover is not good. What you've probably done is generate this image on Midjourney or something, and you just went to Canva and added this text, which is honestly not enough if you want to make a lot of money. If you want to make a couple sales here and there, maybe, but if you want to make $1,000 a month, 10K a month, it's definitely not gonna cut it. If you want a good, affordable book cover designer that I recommend, that is cheap, but also high quality, I'll leave a link to this gig right here. For $15, she will design a book cover that I think is pretty good. So besides the book cover, the second thing, you only have 2 reviews, although these 2 reviews are good. You usually wanna get to like 10 reviews, 20 reviews for people to start taking your book seriously. So that is number 2. But the biggest thing here is your title. So this is the biggest issue. Is that Tales of Wonder, 10 Adventures to Enchant Young Minds is a little confusing in terms of what your book is about. So I've been in the publishing space long enough to know that this is like a storybook, right? But a customer probably do not know that. So Tales of Wonder doesn't really mean anything. It's just a fancy name, right? There's no keyword here. People will never type in the search bar Tales of Wonder to find a book, so your book is not going to show up. And your subtitle, 10 Adventures to Enchant Young Minds, also do not really explain your book, right? It would have been way better if you just made it simpler, like 10 adventurous stories for young kids to improve their imagination or something like that. That's way better. When it comes to title creation, you don't want to be cute. You don't want to be fancy. Just be clear on what your book is about, okay? Enchant isn't really a word. So your title should have been like, you know, adventure stories for kids 4 to 8, because it's a lot more clear on what your book is about. It's a storybook for kids. It also has the keywords. People type that in the search bar. Your book has a higher chance of showing up because of the SEO aspect. And then the subtitle also explains what the book is about better, right? So that is the biggest thing here. So don't be fancy with your titles. Look at your competition, see what they're doing, try and improve upon it. Don't just rip them off, you know, learn from it, take the good parts, take the structure, but have your unique twist to it. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but if you guys want a free 7-day challenge where I walk you through step by step from brainstorming to writing to publishing your book just in 7 days, then check out the link in the description below. It is free at the time of filming because I will charge for this in the near future. I promise you that. I'm not just saying this for scarcity. So it is free now. You can go through it. It is an amazing challenge. A lot of people are loving it. We're getting great feedback for this. Okay, so this will give you the fundamentals, especially if you're just getting started with KDP. So check it out in the description if you're interested. So next book is Halloween Adventures Coloring Book for Kids. Spooky Halloween coloring book for kids aged 4 to 12. You do not have to repeat the words here. You already say Halloween Adventure Coloring Book for Kids, so you don't have to say Halloween Coloring Book for Kids in the subtitle. Try and touch on other benefits, right? Other features and benefits that you can touch in the subtitle, because you're kind of wasting word space here. Next thing, you want to capitalize each letter. Makes the book look more professional. What I mean is capitalize the first letter of each word. So the big thing I see is this is kind of similar to the last book. It is a very bare bone kind of book. Like, you know, the book cover, it's similar to the last one, just most likely a Midjourney generated image, and you just put a text over it. And the text is not popping because it's blending with the background, so it has to be better. You got 5 good reviews, which is good, but you want to get more than 5 reviews. Title can improve as well. So like, you know, so you got 101 page right here. So probably like 50 coloring pages. So you can say something like 50 of the spookiest coloring pages for kids age 4 to 12. And then add a little more like benefits to it. So that's something you can do as well. All right, so next book right here. This is an interesting one. So we have the Beginner's Children Bible Story Book. Easy 4-minute reads with scriptures, lessons to learn, and captivating images for kids. Good title, right? Very, very clear. Like Beginner's Children Bible Storybook. That's the keyword, and that is explaining what the book is about. Very clear. And the subtitle, the benefit statement, is very clear as well. Easy 4-minute reads, right? With scriptures, lessons to learn, and also images. So that's a lot of benefits. The book cover, I think, is pretty good as well. Like, I like this image, okay? The text, I don't like the red background, yellow text because it's kind of blending in. But besides that, I think the elements are well placed. Like, it looks really good. I also like this icon too. So the book cover, I think, is very well made. The reason why your book is not selling, at least this is a hardcover version. So let me check the other formats. So the paperback is not selling and the Kindle version is not selling as well. So this is why. You got a good book. You know, you have a good title, good cover, like you did everything correct in terms of the packaging, and then you did all the work. Like 80% of the work in terms of this KDP business is creating a good book, which you did, right? And once you create a good book, marketing is so much easier because marketing is all about just, you know, bringing more eyeballs to your book. If you have a crappy book and you get more eyeballs to your book by running ads or doing social media, nobody wants to buy it, right? Nobody will buy it. But if you have a good book like this, you get more eyeballs to it, people will buy. However, you got only one review and you probably never ran ads or do anything. You're expecting Amazon to just sell the book for you, which is very unrealistic. I mean, they did sell the book for you. You see how you got a couple sales here? Like, that's good. That shows how, you know, amazing Amazon is, how big Amazon is, because you can just upload and, you know, get a couple sales. But if you want to make real money, you got to do some marketing. Like, there's not a single business out there where you can make money without telling people about your product. Like, that doesn't make any sense, don't you think? Imagine opening a hot dog stand and you just go to like the most quiet street corner, right? No one's walking by, and you put 0 signs around that says you are a hot dog stand selling hot dog for $1 or something. 0 signs, nothing. And you're just standing there hoping somebody will come up to you and buy your product, buy your hot dog. Like, that makes no sense. So why are you expecting the same thing with your books? So Roy, if you're watching this, I would highly recommend you come back, get some reviews, and start marketing this, right? I got a lot of videos on marketing. You can just look up Sean DeWitt Amazon ads, Sean DeWitt social media marketing, whatever, and go from there. I actually got a friend. I did an interview with him. You can see it on the channel. But his story is that he published his first book and he didn't get any reviews, nothing. He just uploaded and hoped it would sell, right? And for the whole year, it didn't make any money at all. And then he came back and got reviews for that book, right? And all of a sudden, that book went from 0 to making $5,000 in a month just by getting reviews. So who knows, like, maybe you have the potential to do that with this book. You never know until you get reviews. Like, you think this book flopped because it's a bad topic or the cover's bad, something like that, right? But honestly, it could be good. Maybe you just didn't get enough reviews. A lot of people blame the topic. A lot of people blame the keywords for the reason for the book failed when they just didn't do enough marketing. They just didn't gather enough reviews, okay? So I'm gonna stop hammering on that, but hopefully you guys get the point. All right, next book is actually from my student in my Road to Hero program. This is from Brian. So Brian, if you're watching this, how's it going? So the book is How to Make Money Online with ChatGPT, the ultimate guide to creating multiple streams of passive income and increasing productivity. I like the title, very clear, How to Make Money Online with ChatGPT. People are looking for this. People know what the book is about, super clear, right? And the subtitle is also clear as well. You got 304 reviews, which is super amazing. Really, really great job. You've been obviously, you know, taking action. Now this book, the Kindle version is selling okay, like 138,000, nothing crazy, right? BookBeam is telling us it's not making much as well. One thing I will say, I just don't like this book cover, to be honest. And this is good news because book cover is something you can change anytime, and all the other stuff like reviews, title, description, you're doing a great job, right? It's just the book cover, in my opinion, I just don't like these like futuristic looks. I really like the text. It's big. It takes up a big chunk of the book cover, which is kind of what you want with nonfiction. I think the image is still too big. Image could be smaller, simpler. As an example, right? So these are the other books on the topic, and these, like this one and this one, this is the best-selling one, I think, is the kind of books that are doing well. Even this one, you see how this is like a text-based cover with a little bit of image? These are the kind of stuff that works really well with nonfiction books nowadays. And so I would try and go for more simple designs like that. This is another example of a book cover that's similar to you, like this futuristic, realistic image. And it never really looks good in my opinion. So I usually avoid these images. Same as this one, same as this one, same as this one. I just avoid realistic images, okay? So that is the only thing. I would probably improve the book cover, and I think you can make more sales that way. The good news is you do have an audiobook version that is selling pretty well, right? So it's making 25 to 40 bucks a day. So this one book, you know, if this is accurate, you're doing like $1,000 a month just from this book, just from audiobooks. And for those who are watching, right, this is exactly why high content books, in my opinion, is better, because like with low content, medium content, you only have the paperback version. You don't have the audiobook version, right? But with high content book, if the ebook flops, you have a chance to sell well with paperback. If the paperback flops, you have a chance to do well with audiobook. You just never know. And the more formats you have, the more chances you have as well to do well, right? So overall, Brian, great job on taking action. I would just update the cover. All right, next book is The Duke's Forbidden Passion, a historical Victorian romance novel by Abigail Adams. So the book cover, I'm not sure if this is AI. I don't think so, actually. It could be better. Like the text, you just have a stock image in the back and a text. Although I don't do a lot of fiction, I still think it looks a little cheap, right? You can probably work on the text, see what your competitors are doing. Like this one right here, you see the text kind of is a lot more professional, different colors, more kind of feminine font, I guess, with the little cursive. So yeah, perhaps you can improve on that. Number two, your reviews are bad. 4.2 average, you want to be minimum 4.3, right? So you definitely have to improve the content. So you can either improve this book's content and try and get more reviews, or just learn from this and then make a better book in the future. Now, you don't have a paperback version. This goes back to like, why are we not making the paperback? Why are we not making the audiobook when you have another chance of making money that way, right? Even though with fiction books, most of your sales comes from an ebook, why don't you just diversify, you know? And then you never know, like there are fiction books out there that kills it with paperback or audiobooks. So why just, you know, not give it a shot? Your ebook is 99 cents. It's the lowest price possible. And with fiction, it actually makes sense for your book number 1 to be 99 cents so that you can, you know, get people into your series. And book number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is $2.99 or, you know, higher price so that you get people to, you know, pay you more money and you make back your money from advertising and stuff. But you don't have book number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You only have one book, which means the max amount of money you can make from this customer, from one customer, is 30 cents per sale, which is not a lot of money. That's like very little, okay? You are making sales though, which is good. So I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're advertising or I don't know if this is organic, but this BSR shows me that you're making some sales here and there. But there are some things that you can improve, okay? Number 1, reviews. Number 2, book cover. Building out a series. You need a series in fiction to make money, honestly. It's very hard to make money with one book, with fiction. You usually, once again, want to build out a series like this. And you take a loss with advertising with book number 1, but you make back your money from book number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because people keep reading it, right? So you have to keep writing more books. Typically, that is the approach that people take. All right, next book. This kind of looks interesting. So Mer, the Kitty Knight Adventures in the Fairy Tale Animal World. Illustrated children book for aged 5 to 12 about friendship and kindness. Interesting book cover. That's what caught my attention. I honestly don't think the book cover design is suited for kids 5 to 12 though. I mean, you let me know if I'm wrong here, but I feel like this book cover appeals to adults, maybe to you, more than kids 5 to 12. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree to this. But the big thing, text blending in, once again, the AI image is real nice. Like I really like this image. It looks real nice. But the big problem is Mer, the Kitty Knight Adventures in the Fairy Tale Animal World, doesn't really explain anything. Illustrated children book for age 5 to 12 is the description about friendship and kindness. But yeah, it's not really, the book cover is not really portraying anything about friendship and kindness. And once again, the image really isn't for kids, don't you think? It's more for adults. You are making some sales though. So we have 500 BSR, which means a couple sales here and there. So this is how the interior looks like. Obviously it's AI, but you know what? I mean, people are leaving positive reviews. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, these images are suited for kids. But in terms of how you would improve this book, honestly, I would just clean up the subtitle a little bit, like illustrated children book for aged 5 to 12. Grammatically, it's a little off, right? About friendship and kindness. you could have used ChatGPT to improve the grammar here, you know, so next time check that before you upload it. As an example, you don't need a period at the end. You could capitalize each letter. You have enough reviews, so you don't have to get more reviews. It is time for you to test this book, right? So you got enough reviews. Now you want to show this to as many people as possible to see if people are receptive, meaning running Amazon ads, doing social media marketing, right? Whatever it is to bring more eyeballs to this. And if you're making a profit from your ads, then you spend more and you keep rolling it back into the business and you keep growing how much you spend, which means you make a lot more back as well, right? So that is how you go from here. And if this book works, if it starts making money, then you create a book number 2 in the series, Mer the Kitty Knight Adventures number 2, right? Maybe different setting or something like that. And then especially for kids, you know, kids, once they like a character, they become raving fans, right? Just like Disney, Pokemon, they go crazy with the series and, you know, they keep going because kids keep watching it, right? So you want to do the same thing. Hopefully you build it out to a series and create a full-blown brand around Mer. All right, guys, I'll end the video here. If you guys want me to review your books in the future, then just follow me on Instagram at SeanDowit13. DM me your Amazon link, which means this link right here. I need this link or I cannot review it, okay? So I need you to send me the link. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. If you want to learn more about my KDP coaching programs, then check out the link in the description below, as well as all the tools and resources that I recommend for your publishing business. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.